Hey man, say man, it's your boy Big Dreams. Welcome back to the channel. Before we carry on any further with this video, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell. Set it to all. We is back with another banger video, back with another reaction video, man. And today, y'all see the screen, we are reacting to Napoleon on feeling betrayed by 2Pac's fiancé, partying with Diddy and Biggie after 2Pac's death. Art of dialogue. We finna dig in here and see what's going on. I'm not gonna make the opening of this video too long. All I ask is that y'all smash that like button so this video can rank higher in the algorithm. Go crazy in the comments. Let me know what you want me to react to. And if you watching me and you not subscribed, man, subscribe. That's all I ask. We finna go on here to dig in, man.
One of my followers wanted me to ask you about Suge Knight claiming that Kadada was going around saying that she was pregnant by Pac.
Word?
You heard about that?
I never heard that. Yeah, I never heard that because we ran into Kadada after Pac died a few times. I never heard her say she was pregnant by Pac. You know, I think we seen her in the mall one time with Aaliyah, the singer. We seen her like a few times. I think I spoken to her. We ran into her a few times. Never once mentioned she was pregnant by Pac, and I think if she was, she would probably told us, you know.
Yeah. How was that interaction like with her and Aaliyah?
We was at the Beverly Center, man. Pac just died probably like a month or so, and we was in the Beverly Center. They was coming down the escalator, we was going up, and then she was like, "Hey, how's everything? How you guys doing?" And she was respectful, you know what I mean. And she was with Aaliyah, and she was telling them these Pac peoples. She's very respectful because we knew her from always being around Pac, and that was it. And I would say probably the last time that I saw Kadada.
Aaliyah spoke to y'all or no?
Nah, she didn't say anything. You know, she said hi, like hello, but she stood like next and just, you know, to watch us converse with Kadada. But we didn't speak to Aaliyah like that. But Kadada was just explaining to her these Pac peoples, you know. Hold on, it says 20%. There you go. But she ain't seen nothing.
How you feel about Kadada being at that vibe party 6 months after 2Pac got killed, partying with Big and Puff?
Now, because my mindset, of course, is different. But back then, I felt that was like a little betrayal for me. That's how I felt, honestly. And you know, I felt, and I'm speaking back then as an adult now with kids that's grown, 20 years old in university. You know, I would probably look at it differently now. But back then, it didn't sit right with me. You understand? And that's the honest truth. I was like, how is she with these dudes? And, you know, Pac died, you know, hating these individuals or disliking them and beefing with them. He wanted to marry you. So I kind of didn't, it rubbed me the wrong way, you know?
I'm gonna put it to you like this. In a way, I can kind of see what he talking about because they said 6 months after Pac had passed away, the situation's still fresh, hearts is still heavy, and you go to basically the opposition and you over there partying with the opposition. And we Pac peoples and we see this and you think we not gonna feel no way about that? I can get what he's saying because the situation is still fresh. Of course it's gonna rub you wrong. But you still also have to keep in your mind, as life go on, so will she. As she heals, she's gonna move on. She's gonna do whatever it is that she wants to do. And regardless to what history Pac and Big had when they were both living, that's not gonna stop her from doing whatever it is she wanna do. She's gonna place herself in whatever environment she wants to place herself in. You can't fault her for that. You can't call her no names for that. You just have to understand that people are gonna be people. You know? And to look at it from a reality point of view, some people heal when they lose a significant other and they able to move on, go on, date, and get into the love life of other people. Some don't. Some be hurt for that or hurt by that for the rest of their life. You know, it's different for everybody. And whether she was one of them people that just got into the love scene all over again after she healed, or whether she just stayed put and stayed single for the rest of her life because she lost the love of her life, you know that's on her. But at the end of the day, people gonna do what people gonna do. And that's where I'm at now. A lot of stuff used to rub me the wrong way, just how he expressed stuff like this situation with Kadada rubbed him the wrong way. You know, it would have rubbed me the wrong way if I didn't have a more mature mindset. Once your mindset mature towards certain things like this, it's honestly just like she was gonna do what she wanted to do anyway. So regardless of if I liked it or not, you know, she gonna do her. And that's honestly just how you gotta look at it. You can't call her no names for it. You can't fault somebody for being who they is, bro. You know, you only fault them when they pretending to be something that they not. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah, I heard it because it was getting around that she was hanging around Bad Boy and stuff like that. You know? So it kind of was like, but you know, woman, you know, with all due respect, Kadada's not a street person. You understand? She was raised up in the industry. She was raised up around celebrities. She was raised up. So she might not even understood the beef that Pac had or how severe that was because she's not from that life. You understand? So to look back at it now, in hindsight, I understand why she done it because she's not part of that lifestyle. She just probably an industry person. She used to do parties. I believe she worked for the Vibe magazine. And maybe she had no other choice. You understand? But looking at it back then, I remember I kind of was like, man, that's kind of weird. You know, I didn't accept it. Now that I'm older, I look back at it and I can say maybe she had to be there because of her job. I think her father owned the Vibe magazine at that particular time.
Right.
She did work.
Right. And that's exactly what I was kind of touching on earlier. I can see if it's in that moment where you understand what went on between Pac and Big and Puff and Suge. If you was around them during that time in y'all young years and you know you see some stuff like that 6 months after Pac passed away, yeah, it's gonna rub you the wrong way. You're not gonna be looking at it no other kind of way. You don't know why she was there. You don't know if she just wanted to be there on her own or she had to be there or whatever the case may be, bro. But whatever reason she was there, just let it be. That's really all you can do. Because people gonna do what they want to do regardless. They gonna do what they gotta do regardless. They gonna do what's in their best interest. They gonna do what's, you know, best for them. They gonna satisfy themselves in the way that they want to satisfy themselves, bro. You can't stress about stuff and you can't overthink stuff when it come to how other people, you know what I'm saying, display loyalty towards you. You know, loyalty is a moral. And if people don't show loyalty to you, that just mean that they lack that moral. And whether you stay around that person or not, that's on you. And once again, I'm gonna leave it at that.
At one time, but she not from that lifestyle. You understand?
She covered up her Pac tattoo, right?
I heard that too, yeah. And I remember when I first heard it, I kind of felt a certain way too, but you got to think about it. Life goes on. Maybe she got a new husband with kids, and he probably don't want to see his wife walking around with another man on her body, name on their body. That's, you know what I mean? So you got to respect that, no matter who it is. A man is a man. Unless he's a groupie, unless he's like, let me see that Pac tattoo, baby. Like, that's some groupie stuff. But a real man don't want to be reminded that another man was with their wife. You understand? That's how men would, you know,
that's facts.
Respect have. But
that's facts.
So he probably was one of them individuals. Like, I understand that was your ex, but you got to move on. You can't be mad at that. He got kids. I believe she got married and had kids. You know, when her kids grow up, like, mommy, who's 2Pac on your arm? And you don't even got daddy. You don't even got daddy tattoo. It might have caused a whole bunch of drama in that house, bro. So she might say, I got to get rid of this. Yeah, a man is a man. You know what's funny? Because America culture, they kind of over did the word insecure, because they would have you believing like, okay, I'm about to go out with my wife. They would probably they would want their wives to have pretty much with no clothes on. to bring them around other men so that other men can say how good your wife look. But a man who wants to protect his wife and say, I don't want no men looking at my wife, I don't want no other men lusting over my wife, they would say that person is insecure, when it's really the opposite. An individual, you need praise of other men for your wife, for you to feel like you succeeded in, or you got a good wife. Like, it's so corrupt the way the mindset in certain individuals or certain societies in the West when it comes to insecure and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the culture. Like,
right.
How many men we know they would dress their wife up in the best clothes and take her to the party and show her off in front of other men? So basically, you want these men to want your wife because they think that's a form of being secure. No, that's really crazy.
Right. That's facts. And in a way, to kind of piggyback off of what he said, to kind of add on to what he said, you got to think of it like this too. A real man is territorial. To be honest, all men are territorial, regardless to what type of man he is. They're territorial. You are not going to want your woman, if you and your woman deeply in love and y'all serious and y'all locked in, and she put on something that's tight as crap, shows every curve in her body, or is too short, showing too much of the butt, showing too much of the chest, or you can see her private part print or something like that, like, bro, you's not finna allow that. And if you are, I'm going to personally tell you that you a fool, bro. You a fool. Social media makes it seem like it's a man being insecure if he doesn't allow his woman to wear the see-through clothes, the tight clothes, the short skirts that when you bend over show all of downtown. That's not insecure. That's just a respect thing, if you ask me. That's a respect thing, if you ask me. There's nothing about that that's insecure. Because any real man or any real woman who in a relationship, they married, whatever the case may be, the man is not finna let his woman walk out this house exposed. And the woman is not finna let her man walk out this house exposed. And I'm going to just leave it at that to kind of add on to what he said. But listen, y'all let me know what y'all think. This is the end of the video. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all comment. Most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell. Set it to all. All social media links will be in the description. The link to the previous reaction video will be there as well. Follow me on all my social medias. Click the link to the previous reaction video and watch that whole video after you watch this whole video, man. Also, the link to the second channel will be there as well. Click that link, go over there to the second channel, subscribe, and show love. Y'all will be seeing my face over there from time to time. I haven't posted over there in a little minute, so I'm going to probably go on ahead and give y'all a video over there either later on today, tomorrow, or maybe 2-3 days from now. I don't know, but I'm going to have to go on ahead and drop over there on that channel, bro. But listen, I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all for showing me love back. And we out this thing, man, for real.